Hi, my name is Sandy Ferreira, and this is a video on how to tie the yoga hammock into the knot on either end. So once you have your hammock fabric, I recommend finding the shorter end and bunching it up so that it's very even in length as best as you can. Don't have to get too neurotic about it, but as even as possible, all the way across. Takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it. If it's uneven when you knot both ends, sometimes one side's higher than the other, and it causes it to dig into your body a little bit excessively, so we try to avoid that. So we've bunched up the fabric, and then you want to brush it down so it's fairly even and all together, and then hold it about 1.5 feet down. So you have this 1.5 feet tail on one side, and you hold it in your dominant hand, and think of your index finger and thumb like the carabiner, so you never want to lose this connection. Take your left hand underneath your right hand, and then use your left thumb to go all the way around the fabric so it's wrapped around your wrist like a bracelet. You're still holding it in your right hand. Then you're going to pass the loop into your left hand. Now your left hand's holding like a carabiner, index finger and thumb. Hold on tight to that part and make sure you still have tail sticking out. Then with your right hand, cover your left hand in the loop like bracelet that's around your wrist until you get your whole hand out. And you have to wrestle it a little bit. Of course, it would be easier if you had a longer tail, but I like to have as much yoga hammock as possible to play with and stand in and use for my yoga postures. So once you have your left hand out, hold on tight with your thumb, pull on the tail so the knot kind of lowers a little bit, but make sure all of the tail is out. And then you're going to take your carabiner, open it, and slide it through your knot. And there you go. And you've tied your knot. You can also pull the tail and the long piece apart, and it makes your knot a little tighter. And once you get in your hammock, it'll tighten even more. General rule of thumb is once you've rigged your hammock and you've put in your carabiner, you always want to screw the chamber down and have the fatter piece of the chamber on the fabric. And then to tie the other side, I recommend holding onto your hammock edge and brushing it down so both the inner and outer pieces are at the same length when you get to the other end. And the other end will probably be uneven. Don't worry about that. It's more important that the center is even. And then you can go ahead and tie your knot on the other side. Well, I hope you're safe and have fun. And make sure you take lots of classes before you play on this at home.